As we see here in this final PDF file, I have some text, I have an illustration, and then I have this large number 1. And so let's see how I organize that on my disk space. So here I am in my folder, and I have an Illustrator folder, an InDesign folder, a PDF folder, which we just looked at, Photoshop folder, screenshots, and text. So now the text part is where I got my words from. I'm going to open up this PDF file. And this is The Tale of Two Cities by Charles Dickens, which is very old. Wow, it's a long time ago. And so I'm just taking some of this text to use this as an example. And this is well within the public domain, so I can use this. But I'm grabbing this text here, and what we want to do is import that into InDesign. But we need to do a little bit of filtering of this first. So I'll go back to my file, and I have this Microsoft Word file open up. And if I open up the Word file, so this is how I've already kind of pre-filtered the text. Let me hit New, and I'm going to paste what I copied from the PDF file. So paste. So I'm going to make sure I copy, and I can pick copy with formatting. I just pick copy. Go back to my new Word file, paste, and we see it actually has the line endings built into it. Now in my Word file, I have this open, the show and hide formatting. And I also see some spelling errors in there. Let me zoom in. And some of these spelling errors are because of British spelling. So flavored is spelled the British way. But there's a few errors in here that have to do with ligatures. So the type that was used in this, some of it has letters that are combined together. So like an F and an L might be combined together in this type font, but we don't get that. So you'll have to go through and carefully proofread in this case. But the one thing that we want to do is that we want to eliminate all these carriage returns. So for example, here's the end of a paragraph. So I'm going to identify the end of the paragraphs just by doing a double space. And then I'm going to go into these, and I go to the end of each one of these lines that are chopped, hit space, and then the delete button for the right way. Some keyboards have that, some don't. So I delete to the right. Click, space, delete to the right. Or I could go to the beginning of the line, delete, and then add a space. Beginning of the line, delete, and add a space. Beginning of the line, delete, and add a space. So let me go and do that. So now I've gone through and I've cleaned up all those paragraphs. We're just going to add a little bit more text. So I'm going to go back to the document because you see it ends here, but not at the ending of a sentence. So I'm going to jump back to my PDF, go to the next page, and then just grab this last paragraph here. Now the reason why I don't grab everything is it's going to grab the number 4 in the Tale of Two Cities and the additional formatting. And I don't want that headache. So I copy, we say copy, and then go back to my Word file and go to the end, space, and hit, I'm going to hit Control Command V, and it brings up this tool in Word, and I'm going to pick unformatted text. And RFT is rich text formatting. We didn't want that. We just wanted to use whatever formatting style is already there. So now that cleaned that up. So it makes it a complete sentence. So it really started from there after the word monks. And I need to go back in, and that's the end of a sentence. So I'm going to pick these. And now we have another problem is that we have typos, which are due to British English, or there's a space missing. I'm going to zoom in to get a better look. In Word, I have to go down here and hit this button here. So here is something where it says 70 something, and I'm not really sure what it is. It's the year of our Lord 1000. And I want to find this 70 in the original text because that doesn't look like anything. It looks like garbage. So I'm going to go back in here and a word. I'm going to click on the top, hit Command F, and I'm going to type 70, and it searched for that. There we go. Well, the actual text is 775. And let me look at what Word gave me. 700 and so you see that FI for 5 is missing. And that's because if we were to look really carefully in our text, in our file here, let me zoom into here. Let me get pretty close. 75, you see the FI here? That's one character. It's not two, it's one. And that's because it created a ligature out of those four. So this typeface has a ligature, and that was done somewhere along the printing process when this was created into a PDF file. But I don't have that in the font that I'm using here. So this is something that I need to find out and go fix. Attain to her, and we have several of those attain to her. So these are things that if you're importing text from somewhere else, I accidentally hit that, using hotkeys for a different software, which is annoying. So there could be several different things that you might have to go back and correct. We're just going to leave this the way it is right now, and we can go back and clean it up later. We need to. So I'm going to save this Word file. And I have this folder called text, and I've already done it once. I'm going to do it again. So I'm going to save this as version 2. So this is my new version. So these are some of the things that you may need to do if you wrote text in another program and you're going to try to prepare it to import into InDesign, but it just doesn't look right. It won't look right. So I use kind of an interim step where I use another Microsoft Word file, go in, double check, clean it up, and then I'll copy paste from that Word file.